Hi guys, this is me, Rusty78609 in Central Texas, USA. It is January the 24th, 2017 at 10:37 a.m. It's 71 degrees, clear and dry pretty much, and the high today is supposed to be 84, and the high tomorrow is supposed to be near 70, and it'll be basically 60s and 50s for lows for the next several days. Let me take a swallow of my green tea. Anyway, for those of you that just stumbled into my spider web by punching the wrong button on YouTube, I am Rusty. My channel is Rusty78609. I have full-time RV, and I also go camping in a Prius. I've full-time RV for about 20 years. I'm 71 years old, and now I go car camping, and I've done that for the last 4 years. So, if you're interested in either one of those, RV or car camping, check out my playlist on my channel homepage, Rusty78609. Just find the little word playlist and click on it. Pick what you want. But anyway, having gotten the advertisement in, we are on Park Road 4 in Central Texas, USA, not far from Marble Falls, Burnet, and Llano, Texas. Park Road 4 goes, so it's about 2 miles from my house to Park Road 4, and then I take a left and go, what is this, north, I guess, almost, and go right by Inks Lake State Park, and it's a pretty drive, a lot of granite rocks, and you go winding through the Texas Hill Country, so you get to see that while I ramble on about looking for Class Bs and road treks and all kind of stuff. But anyway, I am having some issues uploading videos, but that's my problem, and we'll move on to the next step now. I did a video that got uploaded this morning. I did it on my tablet, and it was talking about, comparing a road trek Class B to doing your own van build out. And for those of you that are following me, I said the other day I was looking for a Class B. I still am, but I'm looking at options. I mean, I leave all options open, and there's still the option. I'll have to see it, you know what I mean? I'm going to take a trip, I mentioned in the other video, in the spring, and I'll go look at these things. I've already looked at vans, and I know pretty much what it would be required to make a van basically livable and campable, and it wouldn't cost that much. The question is, would I want to live in that thing full time? I doubt it. Okay, I mean, I don't know. If I could stand up in it, yeah, I probably would. But now, road trek, it's designed for living in, but they're a little pricey. A lot of the Class Bs are a little pricey. Apparently, they are in demand. And, to find a good used one for, $15,000 or $20,000, they're all going to have high mileage, and they're going to be old. I've looked at road treks and some others that, that are in my price range, and of course, then it's the question of, when they get older, and I mentioned this in the other video, it's hard to get them financed, and I don't have the wherewithal to write a big check. Well, I could write it very easily. Now, what happened to it after that, I have no question. No doubt that it would bounce like a rubber ball for about a week. But, so there are a lot of options. Whoa, what do we have here? Those people in that little thing on the right-hand side were the park hosts for Inks Lake State Park, which is right up here on the left. How you doing? And they get a free spot, but they got to clean the restrooms and go pick up garbage on the highway, mow grass, edge. Basically, they're free labor, and they've got to work a minimum of 20 hours a week. 5 days. Well, actually, I'm not sure how they do it. It's a couple. Usually it's 20 hours a week. But anyway, different state parks do different things. Anyway, Inks Lake Park right there on the left. It's one of the busiest state parks in Texas. And but anyway, back to the camper RV decision. Again, I'm thinking about it. Would I like to live in it full time and get rid of the ideal situation? If I could make it work, would be to get a Class B that is in good enough shape that it's very reliable, and that I could live in it when I've got it up here at my home base in the Texas Hill Country, and have it parked for a month or two at a time, and then go every now and then, okay, and have everything there. I'd be a mobile home basically. That would be ideal if I could find one that would get close to 15 miles to the gallon. I mean, 10 miles to the gallon is almost a deal killer, almost, because that would mean every time I go to the grocery store, I'd be thinking about it. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty tight for the penny, and right now I got a Toyota Prius, and I get 50 plus miles to the gallon. That's about 4 cents a mile as opposed to 20 cents a mile. And but be that as it may, that's my objective. Now that's just mine. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of you people have made comments and helped me and left links to different RVs that are for sale that might be something I'd be interested in, and I appreciate that. Keep doing that, because when I take my trip in either March, April, probably in March, April, or May, I'll go for a while, or maybe go 2 or 3 times, I don't know, and in my Prius camping in southwestern USA, and I can go check out some for sale at dealerships and stuff, and I'll probably go to Austin here in the near future and drive a Class B, and if they've got road treks over there for sale, I'll go drive one of those and see what they got. And if it's something I think I can do, then I'll go to the next step. But I can't make the payment on the Prius, the payment on the RV and all that stuff, and then have another payment on top of that. I could, but I'd just gradually dry up like a raisin and die. So that's kind of where I'm at. As far as keeping my home base, definitely. I'm not selling the home base. Not selling the home base. I really don't relish the idea of getting rid of the Prius. I don't, because it'll be paid for in a few years, and it's a hell of a good car. Hard to pass up 50 miles a gallon. So, I'm looking at that dilemma. Hang on to it, just bite the bullet, make the payments, and keep going. Because the interest rate on the loan through the credit union for the Prius is 1.5%. Can't beat that, can you? That's about as low as you can get. And so, anyway, I've got some things I need to work out. And I don't mean to confuse you or defuse you. It's the way I am. I mean, I look at all options all the time. I mean, if I say I'm going to get a Class B, I'm headed that direction. Does that mean I will get a Class B? Maybe. But while I'm moving that direction, don't think I'm not looking at all options along the way. Van bills, Class Cs, keeping the Prius and forgetting the whole operation. One option that a lot of people overlook when they get ready to make a decision is the most obvious one. They say, okay, I'm going to do this. Well, if you look at all your options, the most obvious option is what? Do nothing. That's always an option. And don't think I haven't thought about that. But it gives me something to do, and that's why I do these videos. And I've been having trouble uploading. Damn it, I mentioned that again. I hate to mention it. And it's not the phone, because I've got a track phone through Verizon, and I've got this Cricket wireless phone that uses AT&T, and then I've got my tablet, which has it's got some gigabytes on it from my trip, but I didn't use those. I just used the Wi-Fi at home and uploaded the video from the tablet. It went fine. And then I tried this morning using the track phone, did a video, and tried to upload it on the Wi-Fi. Went into preparing again. So anyway, that's a little dilemma I got to work out. Or I can't work it out. It's out of my hand. It's some technical issue that is, I I don't have any control over it, so why worry about it? Okay? And that's another thing in life. If there's things that are beyond your control that are irritating the crap out of you and you can do nothing about them, don't worry about it. Turn that page and go on to the next chapter. Because if you can't do anything about it, there's no sense worrying about it. But anyway, we're here on Highway 29 in Central Texas, USA. I'm just taking a little cruise this morning while I'm talking about RVs, and I enjoy that. And we're 21 miles from Llano, Texas. In Spanish, you would pronounce that Llano, because two L's together are pronounced Y in Spanish. But this is Highway 29. We're going west toward a little town called Buckhannon Dam, where I used to live. I've lived all over this area. And that's where I got my channel name from, Rusty78609. The zip code for the post office at Buckhannon Dam is 78609. And when I started doing YouTube videos, he had to pick a name, so I picked that. About as generic as I could find, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I'm still not sure. So this way it fits anything. I mean, if I want to do one on Elio, or living in a foreign country, or buying a road trek or a Class C, or going camping in a Prius, I can do it. And my channel name does not mislead you, because it is totally generic. Anyway, coming into the little community of Buckhannon Dam. It's unincorporated. It's a neat little town that is built around Lake Buchanan, which is the largest of the Highland Lake chain, 22,000 acres. And for those of you that have watched my videos in the past, you've heard me say that. But for you new guys, which 70% of the views are, might be of interest. We'll cross the Colorado River up here. The Colorado River forms all these lakes up here. And in addition, once it gets a little further south, it joins with the Llano River, forms Lake LBJ, and heads on to Austin, Texas, and south, all points south. And the rice farmers down around El Campo and Wharton, Texas, use the water from this river to irrigate their rice crops. So the river, is the river important? Yeah. They generate power from the dams, a lot. And so, yeah, the river is a major item up here, or in this area of Texas for sure. Anyway, I'm cruising along at 45 miles an hour, and there's no hurry. It's a 4-lane highway. The speed limit, I think, is like 55 here, so I'm not doing too bad. But as far as a Class B, I do like the fact that in Class Bs, most of them, you can stand up. I like that. I like the fact that it is very maneuverable. That is a big plus. The downsides are fuel economy and finding a reliable unit for a price I can afford and be able to get it financed. Because the older they get, the harder they are to finance. It's very difficult. And, road trek, apparently when it's new, must be a very expensive unit, because I looked at some this morning that were over 20 years old, or nearly, let's see, is that right? Yeah, close to 20 years old, and they were still asking $20,000, or in that range, and they had over 100,000 miles. Well, I can't go with that, but we'll see. Old Rusty is steady looking. But again, the plus sides of a Class B, they are numerous, because you've got everything there. They're maneuverable. You can camp at just about any campsite that I camp at in my Prius. They're fully self-contained. Most of them have a generator, which I really don't need, but since it's there, I might use it every now and then. Of course, they come with an air conditioner, which I'm sure is noisy as crap, but when you need it, that noise probably can be ignored. And if I'm going to live in it full time, I would have to have that, unless I could stick a little window unit in it somewhere, one of those little 110 like I've got in my travel trailer window now, that you can buy at Walmart for 150 bucks and cool your RV much more cheaply than you can with that roof air unit. So they're coming into the little town now, and this video, yeah, I don't know why, but never mind. I keep talking about the uploads, and I know that's an issue I have to deal with and not you. So let's stick to the little town. But I did live here. Actually, there's a little motel on the left. You might be able to see it. It's called, what is it called? Hill Country Lodge. I stayed there, actually stayed there by the month for a while. It was like $250 a month. And they cut me a little deal on that because I just had them change the lid once a week. But it had a little TV, a cooktop, a little refrigerator. Perfect. And so anyway, I've lived in a lot of different ways. I lived in one motel near Georgetown, Texas one time. And at night, you could hear the cockroaches flying. You hear me? Oh, that was the bottom, babe. That was the bottom. Well, I thought it was. You'll never think it's the bottom, okay? When you're falling down the financial ladder and you think you've hit a bottom, be careful. Things can get worse. I think I told you this. I was so down. This was about 1992. That range, 92, 93. I was so busted and no revenue coming in. I was driving an old Datsun pickup that I paid $250 for, so you know it was in damn good shape. Anyway, I was driving down the street and it started missing out, and I knew it was running out of gas. Pulled into the first little 7-Eleven, raked up all the change I had and put in 12 cents. Was that the bottom? Damn close. Because within a few days of that, I finally found a job. Finally. Part-time working at an assembly plant where they assemble electronic products. And I was working from 12 till 8. I did that for a couple of months, and then there was an opening on the day shift, and I took that. And then a few months later, I was in the U.S. Peace Corps in Mongolia. And came back and lived in the desert. So, be careful when you're going down the economic scale. This is Buckhannon Dam. It's just an unincorporated community. And the law enforcement comes out of the Llano County Sheriff's Department. Gasoline here in Buckhannon Dam is $2.15 a gallon for regular unleaded. They got a Tamale King restaurant there, but the tamales are $12 a dozen. But one is a meal. They're huge, huge. They're very good. The way that lady got started was up here in this corner on the left, before the guy put in all this stuff on that corner where you see the plants and aluminum covers and stuff. They had a little pull behind trailer, and in it they had a tamale machine, and they made tamales and they sold tamales. Back then they were like $4 a dozen, and they sold a lot of tamales. I mean, she sold hundreds of dozens a week, a lot. Anyway, she got enough money ahead to buy that building over there and built her a restaurant. Now she's been going very well for several years. Anyway, I'm going to end this video because we're heading into the sun a little bit, and I know what that does. But anyway, guys, Class B, who knows? I mean, I'm headed that direction, but just remember that I'm taking a fragmented approach, an open mind. Class B would work, but so might some other things. So anyway, having said that, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water. Stretch, walk, take deep breaths. And you may be around when this video is uploaded. Anyway, adios, bye-bye.